going to pretend to do system design live in front of everybody.
Suddenly slapping a system design interview for you.
I would go for maybe.
Don't have the luxury to pick, Hello, everybody, and welcome to RagTech. This is the place where we talk about real life in tech. And today we are starting on a very special new series. This series is AI is Not Taking My Job, Insert Role. And we will basically be exploring different roles in tech, as well as exploring why AI wouldn't be taking their jobs. So first, we'll introduce ourselves. I'm Natasha. I'm a software engineer.
I'm Victoria, Solutions Engineer.
Saloni, software developer.
And today, our guest is actually also our co-host, Saloni. So, Saloni is actually a software engineer. She's more than just a software engineer. She's also our co-director at Women Devs.
Yes, and she's passionate about learning, about, giving back to the community, as well as, mentoring other software developers. She's also really super passionate about anything related to system design, design patterns and all that.
And recently, she's also been doing a lot of workshops on AI and how she feels about it as a software engineer. But we don't want to take the spotlight away from Saloni. So, Saloni, you can introduce yourself this time, highlighting more about your role as a software engineer.
Hello, everyone. So, as a software engineer, either we would be creating apps from scratch. So, imagine creating a whole new app, whole new WhatsApp app by itself, or I would be fixing bugs on existing apps. So, for example, if there's something you're not able to upload images onto WhatsApp and there's something wrong, it's the software developers who go in and fix it. Takes a couple of days to fix such things. Or we could be adding a new feature onto existing apps. So these are the kind of things we're usually working on. But besides that, we also have to collaborate with other teammates, discuss system design, how exactly we'll design certain bug fixes or certain features, and should we or should we not even prioritize these features in the first place? Will our customers even like it? Get the numbers up, run SQL queries to get all these analysis and stuff. So, in a nutshell, that's what software developers be doing.
That was quite a technical explanation, but a great explanation nonetheless. But we're actually going to do something quite interesting today. So you can see right here, we have a few cards, system design cards. And this deck are actually role cards. So just now you mentioned that you work with different members in the team. You're more than just working just with software engineers. And even in the software engineering field, we also tend to divide ourselves into different sub expertise. So you can take a look at these cards and see which ones you feel best describe your role as a software engineer. Also, you can pick out a few if you want to talk about who you work with in a team.
Interesting. I definitely see software engineer as my own role. We do collaborate a lot with product managers. There is full stack front end and back end engineer. I would select full stack engineer as well.
Like system design turn into a game.
Yeah, it's basically, I think that's the concept behind it. But honestly, I haven't gotten the game logic part. I was just more focusing on how can these be used to explain tech easier on our podcast. That's why I came up with it. But yeah, these were a really great start. At least I know the role cards, make sense to techies alike. So, okay, you've kind of picked out a software engineer, and within the software engineer expertise, you've picked out full stack, where full stack means you cover pretty much
the front end, which is like the more UI changes, clicking buttons, calling APIs to fetch data, as well as the back end, which is sending the data over or making some changes on the system, the database side.
I also remembered that you said you do prefer backend more. I know some people have.
I do prefer backend, yes.
I think this is always a never-ending debate between software engineers, like where do you want to specialize in?
That's true.
The thing about full stack, even I think full stack is not like everyone is super like proficient in both.
Yeah.
There will be moods where like, you
that's true.
want to do one over the other.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a never-ending battle.
That's true. But I want to help you elucidate your role better, especially for people who just haven't been in the world of tech. And also, we will be using these cards as we go along. So the next part, I want to introduce you to these idea cards. So you're going to pretend to do system design live in front of everybody. These are a stack of app ideas. So very vague idea cards. Pick one. Pick one that you like. Doesn't have to be related to your job. Could be something that you
Whichever one interests you.
yeah, and you feel confident in it because well, we're doing live demo now, so
Ooh, okay.
Or just suddenly slapping a system design interview for you.
wait, so you're interview ready?
I do recommend people to be that. Does not mean I am, but to be honest, I have not seen these cards. We did not go through this before. But yes, I mean they're all very interesting systems. But if I had to be like confident about one such app, I would say it would be maybe.
What are you debating between?
So I do see a few finance related ones.
Read it out. Read it out.
So I do see one which is called Paybeam. So Paybeam is global payments for freelancers and small businesses, and
Sounds familiar, yeah.
it sounds like
It sounds kind of familiar. Or
I kind of from
Paybeam, yes. And also, I mean, there's this like trade route, which also
these are not real businesses, by the way. These are not real apps.
yes, these are just names that we have come up with for generic apps. So a trade route would be a fintech platform for international transfers with transparent fees and fast settlement.
Pick one. Pick one.
I would go for maybe
If you don't have the luxury to pick,
trade route.
trade route. Okay. Why?
Just because it looks interesting. It looks generic enough for a fintech platform. So we can see what feature we want to do.
Okay, last choice, because there's the next step.
Yeah. Let's start.
Okay.
Confident.
All right. So to explain what a software engineer does, we're going to use an app example. And also, she's going to show you what she does in her role to actually build out this app. And instead of actually writing code, we have these system cards. So these are cards that have different elements to building an app, a software. You have things like data warehouse, server, these technical terms that usually come up when you hear about software. But I'm not going to explain them. My lady here gonna explain them, but you have to use it to build trade route. Okay, so you can, it's quite a thick stack, so you can just kind of maybe flip through it and see what's relevant, and then you can kind of verbalize. Wow, this is really good interview, yeah.
No pressure. Just keep it minimalistic if you don't have time to go deep dive.
Okay, so I do see really generic system design components. So like database would definitely be one that I would be working with. Actually, dashboard, model API, exposes machine learning models. Okay, no, I wouldn't be going into machine learning and stuff.
Not right now, yeah.
Another episode, maybe.
API gateways is very commonly used. Payments API is something I would definitely need. A server. Why not?
Well, on-prem or cloud? There's also cloud.
Load balancer, cloud hosting.
Oh, well, look at all the cards. Pick out that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do I have
A system like this is complicated.
Yeah, it is a very complicated system. And also, right now, trade route seems like really huge. We'll probably focus in on a particular portion and then it'll be more relevant. So maybe I think for now, this would be enough to create something.
Okay. So basically now you've picked out the elements. In your job, how do you like architect and put these elements together? You can maybe pick out, say, like, oh, I'm working on the database and the API gateway, and now I have to write APIs for this specific function in trade route. Like, what do you do in your day-to-day, or if you were working on trade route, and you can just kind of assume a feature?
Usual day-to-day as a software developer at trade route, I would be working on CRUD operations. Maybe I'll be creating APIs and obviously payments related APIs.
Do you want to explain what CRUD is? Because I know CRUD sounds...
Create, read, update, delete. These are basically just functionalities that can be done on a system. So you can either create something. So in this case, create a payment. You can update a payment. You can read a payment, like view what is this payment all about. Or you can delete a payment. So very on point with the fintech platform. So yeah, that's something we'll be doing day to day. And how do we write these payment APIs is I'm more of a Java person. I would use the Java language to write certain these APIs, either fix them, enhance them, create a new API, and then these APIs are then deployed on servers. So yeah, these APIs are deployed on servers, and the servers are sitting on something like cloud hosting. I love it that I can like put one on top of the other. It's literally a tech stack.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That should be the name.
Tech stack,
And the name that.
right? And then, of course, these payments APIs would need a database because all these payments are stored in a database. So payments API talks to the database. All this lives on a server, which is cloud hosted. Stack. Done. My day job.
This is great. You literally like. I think you're kind of having fun with this, right?
It is. It is quite fun actually.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd like to do another one.
There's other parts of it because now you've kind of used this stack to explain what you do as a software engineer. Hopefully, to the non-techies out there, this makes it more relevant to you. But the next part, which is actually the title of the episode, right? AI isn't taking my job. I wanted to ask, do you use AI in your day-to-day? And also, how do you use them? We also have some tools cards, and in them, there are like AI tools as well. So you can pick a couple. If you feel like that's what you use, you can pick one or two to help you explain how you use AI in your job.
I would like to say my job is not everything to me. I have a 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5. So, but I do code both in 9 to 5 and 5 to 9. Obviously, I do use AI for coding, definitely, because if you don't, it's not good. You should be using AI to be coding already by now. Like, contrary to like popular belief, AI is not really like replacing me. It is actually enhancing what I'm doing. So it actually makes me really productive. Okay, like for example, Copilot. I think Copilot is like the simplest of AI tools out there. It definitely is able to auto-complete a lot of my code. So I'll just be writing like halfway and then it'll auto-complete the rest of the code for me. And most of the time it is actually correct because it's actually reading from the rest of the code repository and therefore it's able to come up with a very good code autocomplete, which is in consistence with like the rest of the code base. So Copilot is one AI tool that I definitely use daily.
Do you use it for vibe coding as well, or just for the auto completion?
We have a vibe coding.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because that's right.
So vibe coding, as I see it, is actually this concept of telling a AI tool exactly what you want to do, like create this app or fix this bug, and then it itself goes about doing that fix for you. So that's called vibe coding. So you are actually just talking to an AI and it does the thing for you. That's how I see vibe coding. And yes, sometimes I do use this as well, where I'll just be telling it what I want it to do, or maybe I'll just be like actually having a discussion with it. Like, this is what I intend to do, and this is the problem solving. Does this make sense? Do you have any other, opinions or something I missed out? So I do use vibe coding in that way.
That makes sense. I think these are tools that a lot of other software engineers, like I use them too, and I believe you use them as a solutions engineer. Another episode. And it seems from what you have said, you've already said this, that you feel like they don't replace, but these tools empower you as a developer. Well, beyond that though, while they empower you, is there a part of your job that you feel like AI can never replace? Only if you want an 8. These are challenge cards, but if they relate to your specific situation, you feel like AI will never be able to solve these challenges.
These kind of challenge are real life challenges.
Yeah.
So there's like scaling failure. You can't deploy new systems this time. So how would you go about solving this? What if a server crashes? But if the question is about what can AI not replace exactly, all these AI agents and these companies, they are all programs, so they can to some extent do what you tell it to do if you tell it properly. So I wouldn't say it can't exactly do exactly what I'm doing, but maybe it can't do it as well as me or as well as humans would in a setting, maybe because a lot of these things require a lot of communication. what makes me this software developer that I am is all of the life experiences and the work experiences and the communication and relationships I have with all these other software developers that's in me that makes me able to do things a certain way that I would. I don't know if you can give all of these things into a AI agent and then create a replica of a software developer, right? So not entirely. I can't put words to what is missing.
Right.
But it's the entirety of a human software.
So I kind of want to throw a curveball here because you mentioned how your day-to-day job is this tech stack, right? So technically, yes, you are a unique individual, right? But is that necessary for the work that you're doing right now? Because you mentioned like the AI would definitely not have your unique experiences, individual, cultural, social cues, values, and all that. But is that needed for the job that you're currently doing right now?
That's a good question.
And so a lot of tasks that I do daily, maybe not, because they are probably repeatable and they are in nuanced in a way that it can be managed. But a lot of things, for example, a senior software developer will be able to think of other scenarios where this particular feature might break, or there could be past experience that has happened in the company in this particular nuance feature.
Right, a very specific context.
Correct. That for example, actually, so then one of your thing comes up like feature creep. For example, I'm already working on a feature to send out money from one person to another. And I already know when this happens, billions of users will start using it suddenly because it's so fast. In a second, you get money from one end to other end. And then we have other like product managers or other teams coming up to us saying like, oh, can you also help us do this? Add a cost to it, add this to that, all this to it. That's called feature creep. And only like a person who has gone through this cycle a couple of times would be able to identify what's a feature creep and what is not a feature creep, what is actually a useful thing to add to the feature at the moment. And
I think you're definitely right. Because if an AI were to do this, they'll probably just try to do everything. They'll think everything is an instruction and they'll just keep running and then adding without realizing that this is all choking out the system, actually. So this is where humans actually come into play. I mean, you did say that you work not just in a silo, you work with so many other people. So communication is this really big part about being a software engineer. And that's not something that AI can immediately replace.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's very specific knowledge that has to be put into these agents that are going to be running this feature, for example, that will make it replace an entire team,
No, that's true.
a tech team, right?
Yeah, I guess at the end of the day, while a big good thing about AI is that it knows everything, it's like jack of all trades, but master of none, master of not one single context. And that's where you asked about being unique, does that help? And being a unique software engineer, having this unique experience that you've gone through, you would be able to give more opinionated advice when certain situations happen based on that specific context, whereas AI would need to like source through its like vast context to see what's relevant.
Yeah, and I mean, I would like to give like an example of this, right? So, on a day-to-day basis, I use AI tools on the side when I'm working, and a lot of times, if I just had to rely on what they tell me, what it tells me of my prompt, a lot of times they're actually wrong because they need all this extra information. Like, but what about this? Did you consider this? And then it's always like, oh yeah, you're right. I did not consider this. Oh yeah, you're right. I did not consider. Because how much can you put in the prompt, right? It's only that much that it can be able to think of. So that's where I'm coming from. Basically, that even though there are these tools out there that have these infinite potential for it, you would still need a human to give it, prompt it, lead it, guide it in a certain manner.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And I think, like, basically, you've already clarified you don't think AI is going to take your job as a software engineer. And as a whole, it's really refreshing to hear somebody be more excited about AI than afraid of it. And I think that's the kind of energy we want to bring into this room and also to those watchers who are watching and listening to us right now. I think this was a really great episode. You summarized being a software engineer really well when being a software engineer is so complex. I hope the cards helped you. you, we're actually prototyping these for a sort of card game to help people see system design as a game rather than something boring that like coders do. So yeah, do stay tuned to us. You will see these cards again, hopefully in a more improved version, not on construction colored paper laminate. But yes, as always, this was RagTech. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to follow all our socials and also like and comment and share this episode if you enjoyed it. Bye!
Bye.